You're listening to the ReBet Van Chronicles Podcast. Download ReBet in the App Store today.
Hey, we're here on the beach, North Carolina, episode 1 of Van Chronicles. Is that what we're going with?
Episode 1 of the Van Chronicles.
The Van Chronicles.
Unless we think of another name by now on the next trip.
Yeah, we may change it eventually, but hey, we'll see. But we're basically going to run through what we've done so far with ReBet travel-wise. I'm sure y'all have seen the big van. We're parked illegally like usual right now. Hey, we just throw it where we can. But it works. But we're out here on the beach. So let's start off and introduce who we are. I'm Josh. I guess we don't have a host, co-host. We have 2 hosts here. But
Yep.
So I'm one of the hosts from Arkansas. Social media manager, ambassador manager, content creation. That's me. And then we got Ben. Ben, go for it.
What's up? I'm Ben. I'm from Arizona. I'm the creative director of ReBet.
So Ben and I, we travel the country in a van a lot for work. So I'm going to start it from the beginning. Ben wasn't really with me. We had Chris at the time. But so I live in Fayetteville, Arkansas. One of our managers, Chris, drove from New Hampshire, right?
Hanover,
all
New Hampshire.
The way down to Arkansas.
In one shot, too.
Yeah, he was an animal. He just tanked it out by himself, kind of insane, to get to me in the van. And then from there, we moved on to Texas A&M. I mean, that was an experience, A&M. There wasn't a lot of places to park there, we'll put it simple. Took us about an hour and a half to find parking, but finally we got out, did some tailgate interviews. But man, Texas A&M is a hell of a place. You get out there, they're all beat the hell out. I mean, you got some weird people at A&M, and I think they ended up winning the game. It was a good game. They were playing LSU, but just A&M this year, it's been a weird year for them. Bad loss last weekend. They had multiple chances to win that game.
They couldn't score in a single offensive touchdown.
I mean, it was 17-7 final. There's 7 points, pick 6.
Yep.
They blocked a punt that they could have returned for a touchdown. They got tackled, though. Got to the, I think, 1 or 2 yard line and got stuffed 2 or 3 times. That 4th down play was awful.
And they ran it right up the middle like they had just been doing. They tried to run that thing right after taking a timeout, too.
Out of the timeout. So it was rough. And then I think they had another fumble recovery, about the same spot they took that pick 6 back from. So yeah, weird year for A&M, but that has to be one of the weirdest places to go in the country.
All the while you're texting us, you know, and I'm seeing, I'm not there yet, and I'm seeing the text messages, and we're like, what about this? What are we doing here? I'm like, oh man, this is quite the experience for you guys.
It's like a cult to me, and I can say I'm an Arkansas fan, so A&M's one of our rivals, but it seems like a cult. They go out there, they're all in their cadet uniforms, they have all their cheers. So on Friday night, if you're not familiar, they have a big cheer that everyone goes to there. They call it the Midnight Yell, and I don't know if it's exactly at midnight, to be honest with you, but they get all their students, a bunch of fans, go out, fill up part of their stadium, and they basically do cheers for about an hour.
Yeah, so, that's one of the, the videos from this past week, is you see them going like that.
Just
they're
doing
like
this
doing
and then it's so weird, man. But I mean, A&M, it was a neat experience. We got to do some interview content out there, talk with some fraternity kids that, I mean, they were not in their best state of mind, but they were having fun, and that's all that matters at a college football game. So we get done at A&M. I would eventually meet up with Ben in Seattle. Is that where we met up, by the way?
Seattle.
Or LAX, was it? Seattle.
Seattle.
Yeah, so we'll get to that. So we move into the bottom part of Texas. I've never been down there before, and a lot of it was not dirt roads, but there wasn't much around you while you're driving through there, and it got really, really hot, which I guess I should have expected. But I mean, it was 95. We're hitting El Paso, and I mean, we'll get into it a little later how much the weather we've been through over the past month and a half. I mean, right now, as you can tell, he's in sweats and a jacket. It says it's, 37 out here
37
right now?
Feels like what?
27, I think. Yeah, it's cold. I'm in shorts for some reason. Didn't know it'd be this cold. But yeah, so we went through all types of weather, but we go down through El Paso. Then I guess it was New Mexico, right? And that next to Texas, I suck at geography. Moved into New Mexico, a lot of the same. It's really hot there, but we decided, hey, let's stop in Las Cruces. Is that the name of it?
Las Cruces, New Mexico.
Yeah, to do a little pop-up event. So we do a lot of pop-ups. We'll stop at campuses with a table, flags, banners, basically talk to people about ReBet, what it is, all that. So we stopped in Las Cruces, and when I tell you we maybe saw 5 people in about 45 minutes going around that campus, I guess New Mexico isn't big about being out on campus and doing stuff. I don't know if it was too hot. I don't know what was going on, but absolutely nobody there. So we stopped, think we just hung out there for a little bit. Didn't even get to set up a table because there wasn't anywhere to do it. So that was pretty much the New Mexico experience. We got to go through border security checkpoints, which I thought was cool. I've never done that before. And as I told Chris, who was with us at the time, I figured we would have gotten stopped in the big ReBet van.
Yeah, driving that 25-foot behemoth around.
Yeah, that thing's huge. But they just waved us through. So we made our way through New Mexico, and we got into Arizona where we met up with you. Arizona State, right, is where we went.
Tempe, Arizona.
Yep. So we met up with him. Some of the investors in the company were there, so it was awesome to meet them. And we set a pop-up on campus there, and we were maybe, 20 minutes in? Security comes over, hey, y'all got to move out of the way.
So where we right on the quad, too.
Yeah.
Like right in the center of all the action. We were there for 20 minutes, though, you know?
We posted up. We were having a good time, a lot of people. But we were told to move, so we moved, maybe a tenth of a mile down the sidewalk. It wasn't very far.
It was honestly more busier, too.
Yeah, no, it was for sure. And so we talked to people for a couple hours over there, which that was a really fun time to get to talk to everyone, see new faces and stuff like that.
A lot of interest in sports betting. And
which was cool.
Football team, too. Their football team being
good.
so good this year.
Scadaboo may be one of the best. I wish he was up for Heisman. I don't know what year he is, but if you haven't seen Cam Scadaboo, he's a dog. I think, they had the Scadaboo burrito? Is that what that one guy was telling us?
Yeah, Scadaboo breakfast burrito at the local place.
We should have tried that.
Oh, I know. I searched a picture up of it, and I'm like, dang.
Yeah, we should have tried that. Arizona State was really cool. They're really good this year. Football team's really good. I think they're in the championship for their conference.
Versus BYU,
What are they ranked? Do you know off the top of your head?
Man.
I'm curious if they'll make it into the playoffs.
So they're 12.
If they win, they for sure will.
If they win, they'll
for sure
they'll take BYU's spot. But they're, what are they, like, 9-4?
Yeah, 8-4. I think.
Sorry,
8-4.
9-3.
They may be 9-3.
Yeah, 9-3.
They may be 9-3. So they've had an awesome year. So it's really cool. The students were hyped about that, which was really awesome.
Talk about that the field storming last week. I know that wasn't on our trip, but
yeah, we missed that one, but they stormed the field, and that was where one of them where they went early onto the field.
Yeah, one of them they took the goalpost down early too.
Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, because there was a video of their coach yelling at the referees while the referees were around students. Students were around the coach. And so, they completely had to move everyone off the field. I think it was like a 20-plus minute process to get everyone off the field and replay the final down, which I don't know if you watched that game, but it was insane what they were trying to do at the end, running out the clock. The quarterback was basically just running backwards for Arizona State for 4 straight downs, and he threw a Hail Mary ball, I guess, out of bounds, and there's still time left. But, you got to make sure if they would have lost right there, that would have been one of the craziest losses.
Well, the guy caught the ball at the goal line, too. He was just short-armed it by a couple of yards.
Just short, yeah. So Arizona State, that was fun, and I don't think I've told y'all, we sleep out of the van, too. So we were posting up in Planet Fitness parking lots, Walmart parking lots, wherever we could to get a good night's rest, which was fine. Chris and I, we thugged it out, and it was a good time. So that's Texas A&M, Arizona State. First episode here of the Van Chronicles. We're going to move on to part 2, and trust me, it gets a lot of fun, especially when we get up into Seattle and Colorado.
Man.
Colorado was a nightmare, but it was a fun time. But so episode 1 is over. Reminder, I'm Josh, and this is Ben, and we'll see you in the next episode.